Hey, howdy, hi, hello, hola, privyet, bonjour, guten tag. What is up, Vikings? So, here we are with another Hall of Glory knowledge video. I referenced this video in my last Hall of Glory knowledge breakdown. It's actually going to be two more videos, this one and one other one. Instead of giving you guys one insanely long video to watch, I'm going to give you two shorter videos to watch. I'm going to break down the knowledge by tree, so hopefully this will help give you guys a little bit more of a direction to go in when you're choosing your next Hall of Glory knowledge. Before I get right into the Hall of Glory knowledge, I will be going over again the stats that we use on these. So this is the Hall of Glory knowledge chart you guys have seen in proxy community. We have towns. These stats right here, what I'm going to be going over, how we got them briefly, in case you missed that in the first video. And then I'll be going over the first five trees of Hall of Glory knowledge, which is towns, Onslaught and capturing a fortress, Espionage, Tier 8 troops, and guarding a fortress. That will be in this video. In the next video will be Hero 1, Hero 2, Shaman 1, Shaman 2, and Economics. So, with that being said, these are the stats that I was discussing. In case you don't know where these stats came from, I will show you. Base stats, everybody has the same. Your T7 gets 501 offense, 501 defense, 501 health. Your T8, Tier 8 troops get 680 offense, 600 or 510 defense, 510 health, and then the example battle stats for multipliers I will get into here briefly. Now, where these base stats come from, you cannot see it on PC. For instance, if I go down here to my T7, these numbers right here are not your base. You do not see the base here that we are discussing, but we have this. This is an example off of mobile. We all know this screen very well from our training. If you look down here, before everything else is applied, there, you have these. This is your base. Everyone has the same base of 501 offense, defense, health on your T7, and then on your T8, everyone has the same base of 680, 510, 510. Now, where it comes to the multipliers, this number you see here of T7, 67845 for offense, defense 61,585, for health 58,457 on your T7, and then on your T8 you have 115,134 for offense. You have 72,458 for defense. You have health of 62,567. Where these came from, for the multiplier example that we gave you. It's going to be right here. This is a successful battle report. As you can see, 67, 845 offense, 61, 585 defense, 58, 457 for health on T7, 115, 134 for offense, 72, 458 for defense, 62, 567 for health. This is just the example that we used for to give you the numbers. If you want to do this yourself, my suggestion is to find a little like under palace level 12 town in your kingdom and hit it. Make sure it is under 12, because at level 12 palace is when the shaman's residence is built. All shamans have reducers on them for certain troop types, for certain actions. So you want to make sure that you get your base, your numbers as close to pure as you can if you're going to multiply it out for this knowledge. So with that being said, I'm going to get into the knowledges. If you're rewatching this video for later use, and you look in the description underneath the title, there's a little description tab. That description tab will have chapters. Those chapters will be named for the Hall of Glory bonuses that I cover in them, to help you, give you guys a reference point so you can skip around in the video and go back to the spot of what you're interested in. Anyways, hope you guys like this. So here we go. First and foremost with our first tree of Glory Hall knowledge, and that is towns. So what you see here is the troop offense when attacking towns knowledge, 300%. That is your maxed bonus for it. It gives 1503 to T7 offense, and then it gives 2040 to T8 offense, and that is when attacking towns. Troop defense and troop health when attacking towns are very similar again to these bonuses. Now, the next set of three is troop offense, troop defense, troop health in towns. Catch being is when it's in towns, it is any action that is going on in a town. Attacking, defending, onslaughting. All three of those actions go on in a town. So these next three bonuses of troop offense in towns, 300%, troop defense in towns, 200%, and troop health in towns, 200%, will all factor into the base number of your troops when you are doing any of the actions in towns, defending, attacking, or onslaughting. The three underneath, T8 warrior offense, T8 warrior defense, T8 warrior health, when attacking towns, of course, again, will add on to the base of your T8. Now, here's the other thing, is all three of these groups of three, so the troop offense when attacking, troop defense when attacking, troop health when attacking, as well as troop offense in towns, troop defense in towns, troop health in towns, and T8 warrior offense, T8 warrior defense, T8 warrior health when attacking towns. All three of those sets will actually factor in when you attack a town. So, I mean, meaning if you're using T8 to attack a town, you are going to hit it roughly with 6,120%, or 6,120, I should say, added onto your base stat of your T8. And then, of course, your gear and everything else will factor into that. We'll get the other bonuses that'll play into these later as well. So you can kind of see how these will start to stack up in towns. Warrior number in Onslaught of towns, 1,000%, or 100%, sorry, 100%, which I will get into in another video. I'm going to be breaking down in a separate video down the road of the Onslaught bonuses, what factors in to make an Onslaught bigger. I'm hoping to include town skins, gear, knowledge, as well as Glory Hall stuff to give you guys kind of an updated view of just how big an Onslaught on towns can get. So, towns, like really, when it comes to the direction of the Glory Hall, if you guys don't hit towns a lot, this would probably be your last focus. Or you might want to do the middle three of troop offense in towns, troop defense in towns, troop health in towns, just to give yourself like a little bit more of a defensive cushion if you are playing without a shield. But the majority of these stats, as you can see, work along with each other side by side. If you're wanting a little more of a return, a little more bang for your buck, when it comes to hitting towns, to get those town shards to upgrade your town skins, towns knowledge is the way to go. This would be the tree that is going to make your onslaughts, make your attacks that much bigger. If you notice, none of these are troop specific, meaning they will apply to everything, including spies, minus the onslaught. So, because, I mean, you can't onslaught spies. However, the rest of these stats will factor into spies defending and attacking towns. So just a heads up there. Now, on to the second tree of the Glory Hall of Knowledge, which is Onslaught and capturing fortresses. This is a big one if for everybody that plays Mini Asgard, you play Home Gang, you play you pop battles, Palace of Power battles, battles in strongholds, as well as Fury Towers. This is going to be the tree that affects a good majority of what you do there. Army offense and an onslaught. Now, there's two different types of knowledge we see here. Army offense and an onslaught we normally have seen before only as a hero skill. This is that skill when people are like, well, do you have an OS set or an onslaught set, a storm set, if you will? Because if you do, hero skills all the way down here at the bottom, on the bottom left, I should say, is Army offense and an onslaught. The bottom of the description of this says this skill allows you to increase the offense of the troops in an onslaught led by your hero. This right here gives a 10% for the set it is on to your hero skills. It is the onslaught setter's skill. This does not, or this applies to everybody in the onslaught when they join. However, the onslaught setter is the one that sets that bonus. So you can't stack it here. Now, why did I bring that up? Because when you see this Army offense in an onslaught, 100%, that is 100% that everybody in the onslaught is going to get. On top of troop offense in onslaught, which is 200%, troop offense in onslaught is going to affect your individual troops based off of those stats. As you can see, it is a 1,002% to T7, or 1,002 to T7 offense, 1,360 to T8 offense. Army defense in an onslaught, we haven't seen defense or health in onslaughts before. But the Army offense and onslaught, troop offense and onslaught, Army defense and onslaught, troop defense and onslaught, troop health in onslaught. These stats are going to affect everybody that joins the OS. Army offense in onslaught is going to give you a base 100% to everybody that joins. And then the troop offense in Onslaught is going to go off of your specific base. Then you have your troop offense when capturing, troop defense when capturing, troop health when capturing. Those are going to go off your base stats as well. Troop offense when capturing a fortress, 200%, and it's 200% down the line as far as all those. And then you have the T8 warrior offense in fortresses. Now, in fortresses, again, just like in towns, is going to apply when you are figuratively going to apply when you are defending or capturing or guarding. Now, the fact that it is in the capturing fortresses tree, I don't exactly know how those apply. However, I do know in the past when the word has been in something, so in towns, in fortresses, that is exactly where they apply, when they're defending, capturing, guarding, what have you. That bonus applies during that specific, or during those specific actions. In fortresses is generally anything in a fortress. So T8 warrior offense in fortresses, 1,360 added on to the base offense. And then again, troop head count in an onslaught, making the onslaught of what you do on fortresses even bigger. For some people that are not necessarily having enough right now to launch an onslaught in mini Asgard, this knowledge would make that even harder. However, this tree right here, if you guys are having a harder time when it comes to capturing fortresses, hitting fortresses, emptying fortresses, bouncing off your opponents in CVC if you're trying to clear their SH, burning towers in home gang, capturing towers in mini Asgard, killing fury towers. All of this would apply to those. If you are a fortress focused clan, you don't do a lot in towns, the onslaught and capturing fortresses would be a very good tree to upgrade early on, help you get those bonuses when it comes to fortress fights. Now, the third tree in Hall of Glory is Espionage. This tree is really fairly simple. It's spies. So you have your scout offense, scout defense, scout health, 300%, 200%, 200%. Offense, defense, health always affect everywhere. So it does not matter where you are spying or if you are being spied, it will affect offense and defense, fortresses, towns, everywhere your spies are. Specifically scout, offense, defense, health. Now, the Valraven offense, defense, health is specifically T8. So of course it will affect your T8 spies wherever they are. Number of scouts in a troop is just like specifically if your scouts are marching, you'll have a bigger scout hike. Scout speed, again, 500%. So making your spies speedy. Scout offense when attacking towns, that bonus is going to be compiled on top of the other ones, the offense, defense, health. That offense is going to kick in with 500%, 2,505 to your T7 and 3,400 to your T8 scout offense when you're attacking town. Scout offense when guarding a fortress, 300%. That's 1,503 to T7. 1,530 to T8 when you're guarding a fortress. That's if you're fine with your SH siege. Those scouts aren't being extremely pesky. I know people that are still struggling with the scout marches. It's only the scouts that are really giving you a problem. The espionage tree is going to help you there. Also going to help you scout towns, which, as we know, there's not a lot of town onslaughts going on right now. because a lot of people, you can't solo Onslaught anymore, and our bonuses for Onslaught and towns are just huge. So I would recommend, if you're getting a lot of your town shards off of scouts, I would recommend taking a serious look at the espionage tree. It's going to help you get even more bang into your scouts, as far as like what you're doing for towns, getting town shards and other stuff. Now, the next tree for the Hall of Glory knowledge is T8 troops. Obviously, these only apply to T8. Right here. So, again, we have T8 warrior offense during an attack, 200%. T8 warrior defense during an attack, 200%. T8 warrior health during an attack. Those three bonuses right there are only going to factor into your T8s when you are attacking. Attacking anything. They are not specific location, which means if you're using your T8 troops to attack a fortress, a tower, what have you, or a town, these three bonuses are going to factor into that. If you play heavy T8s, there you go. T8 warrior offense, defense, health. The T8 warrior offense, defense, health is going to affect you in your town as well as outside of your town. So whether you're attacking or defending, that's going to give you an extra 200% to your tier 8 base offense, defense, health. It will kick in when you're defending or attacking either way, and it will also kick in when you're defending or attacking a fort. Now the bottom four that you see there, there's that little asterisk that I was talking about in the beginning of this video that tells you it is a multiplier, meaning that T8 warrior offense against tier 1 gets an additional 200% multiplier. That will change that example number that I showed here. The example number I showed here of T8 warrior offense from 115,134 on offense, that will then become the 230,268 against tier 1s. T1s are not that beefy, meaning a T8 hit against T1s with this knowledge done is going to be like a bowling ball smashing into a bunch of pins. The T1s are going to scatter. You then have lower knowledges down, obviously, against tier 2. Again, multiplier, tier 3, multiplier, and against tier 4, again, multiplier. Given the advantage to attacking with T8 troops. Now, these offense against tiers, if you notice, it's not offense against in towns, not offense against in fortresses. It is offense against tier. It works everywhere, meaning it will work in defending forts. It will work in defending stronghold, defending towers, defending pop. It will work in defending your town. It will also work in attacking everywhere else that is aforementioned. So if your T8, if your clan plays T8 heavy, this would be the tree to look at. If you guys are using a lot more T8s to burn towns, guard fortresses, make your points. This knowledge basically just adds to the already beefy T8 base stats that we see. The multipliers, of course, add to an insane amount when it comes to the offense against. As we've seen on town skins, the offense against, or town skins, hero skins, gear, offense against tier and troop is a very, very, very pivotal multiplier. way that it factors into battles and breaks down your opponent, obviously is different than others. Multipliers get based off of different parameters than most, and it makes them a lot, just a lot beefier. So if your clan's really focused on T8, and you want your T8s to die less, kill more, tier 8 troops is going to be where it's at for you as far as that tree. Last but not least for this video, the final one in this one is Hall of Glory guarding fortresses knowledge. Now, this is where you see a lot of clans have started. To be honest, it makes your stronghold siege so much easier. It might not help you get into an Asgard tower, however, it will help you hold on to an Asgard tower. Home gang forts is going to help you defend against your opponent. Not really going to help you that much. Not going to really help you that much capture at all. But it is going to help you defend, hold on your tower longer. Same with Fury Towers. The guarding fortresses is going to help you there. And, of course, Palace of Power. Pop is going to be a big one with this. So, their troop offense, defense, and health when guarding fortresses, 400%, 300%, 300%. Adding on to your base T7 and T8, that will help you guys with that. Now, when it comes to your offense against melee, cavalry, ranged, killers, and siege, when guarding fortresses, those are multipliers. Those 15%, again, they go off of the battle stats that I showed earlier, giving you, like, if your stats are what you saw in that battle report, it would give you 10,177 to T7 offense against melee, regardless of your troop type. So, I mean, if you're siege and you already have a 25% advantage over melee, that, of course, would just give you that much more. And then your T8, it's going to ramp those up even higher. Troop offense during defense. As you know, offense during defense is a stat on the battle report that we don't necessarily see because when defending, your troops absorb the damage and then they hit back. That offense during defense is that hit back. That is that initial oomph that kills the enemy while they're trying to kill you. That is 250%. And then, of course, warrior numbers when sending reinforcements just makes your hike when reinforcing that much bigger. If you're having issues holding on to forts, defending your stronghold siege, defending Fury Towers, defending Pop, this is going to be the knowledge to go for. More or less, it will greatly change the way that your stronghold siege plays, and it will give you, it'll give your troops just a little more oomph when it comes to absorbing a hit while you're defending. We'll also factor in to, if you can't quite get those purple or gold marches in a stronghold siege, this will push that up a little more, make it slightly easier for those of you having issues with those levels. So with that being said, this is the last section, the guarding fortresses of my first Hall of Glory breakdown. I hope you guys like this video. I hope it explained some of the things that you had questions about. Next video in this two-part set, I will be covering the last 5 of the Hall of Glory knowledge. Hope you guys like this. I hope you have a great week. You're staying safe. You're staying healthy. If it is summer where you are, get out and enjoy some nice warm weather. I will see you guys around in the community. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section below. If you have not already, hit the like and the subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.